Welcome back, folks. B-Shooter94 here. We're here with another WCW Monday Nitro, week 4 of May 2002. We're in front of about 5,300 people here in New England as we build towards our Great American Bash pay-per-view. We do a quick recap here about last week where the Monster Abyss laid out Rey Mysterio and claimed his spot as the next #1 contender for the WCW Championship. 67 segment on that. Little recap. Mitchell supposedly was great without a script. Apparently that happened there, so that's cool. So looks like we're getting Abyss versus Mysterio for the WCW Championship at the Great American Bash for the main event. Looking forward to seeing how that goes. But I think we did a different kind of build with that because I think, you know, since we're not doing like a whole #1 contenders thing, Abyss just kind of took the #1 contender spot. It's something different, and I think it'll definitely help the storyline. Abyss, James Mitchell, Vampire Warrior, and Vampiro all come down to the ring and cut an in-ring promo. Mitchell said that his new disciples, Vampire Warrior and Vampiro, will be in a tag team matchup next, and that his Monster Abyss, like I said before, is claiming the #1 contendership as he wants the WCW Championship. 62 overall in the segment. WCW Championship storyline has advanced but lost heat. Mitchell improvised well, and Vampiro has a gimmick that is getting stale. So we'll fix that after the show here. Let me write that down. Vampiro gimmick. Cool. Alright, we'll fix that after the show. In our opening contest on the show, in a decent match, the Steiner brothers defeat the Nightbreed in 9:35 when Rick Steiner pins Vampiro with a top rope bulldog. Scott Steiner carried the match. Vampire Warrior was the weak link. Scott Steiner at 80, Rick Steiner at 54, Vampiro at 56, Vampire Warrior at 44. Tag title storyline has advanced. Rick Steiner seemed off his game. Steiner brothers obviously have great chemistry. Announcing quiet lifted the match. Match got the crowd hotter. Performance of Scott Steiner really stood out at being good. Good tag team match here. Features the Nightbreed in a good spot. Facing off against the Steiner brothers, and Steiner brothers get a needed win here on Monday Nitro. 63 overall tag team match. Nothing wrong with that. Backstage promo where Chris Kanyon says tonight he will win the #1 contendership battle royal and then take that US championship from the Guido, and then he will go back to his claim to take out all 90 superstars, and he has a huge bullseye on Sting, especially after Sting showed up unannounced last week and ruined my talking segment. US title has advanced. Sting and Kanyon has advanced and gained heat with a 69 overall promo. Good stuff out of Kanyon here. Looking really forward to going to the next step with that story arc. In a decent match, Kaz Hayahsi defeats Billy Kidman in 7:57 by pinfall with a moonsault press. Kaz Hayahsi makes defense #1 of his WCW Television Championship. Kidman at 51, Kaz Hayahsi at 75. Storyline has advanced. Billy Kidman used mannerisms to turn heel. Announcing quiet lifted the match. 61 overall segment. Post-match. Continue. Terrible segment, Ray. That's okay. Billy Kidman breaks up with his girlfriend Tori as we are turning Billy Kidman heel. He needs everything possible right now. So we desperately needed to do that. Turn him heel. Adequate. Cocky. Perfect. We needed to do something with Kidman. Little build up apparently. Okay, whatever. But we wanted Kidman to be a heel going forward, and Tori Wilson's contract is coming up, so we're just gonna let her kind of go. But Kidman needed to do something, and I have done literally nothing with him since this channel has started. So we're gonna try to do some stuff with Kidman and hope that it doesn't destroy him, because we need to do something. We're paying for him for the next 3 years, so I gotta do something with him. We get the pre-tape from the Militia, talking about how tonight Berlin is going to win the Battle Royal, so Guido does not have to defend his US Championship at the Great American Bash, and that they are going to figure out what the Outsiders' game is against us. Since they don't want to tell us when this tag team title match is going to happen, we'll just have to take it to them. 69 overall segment. All three storylines have advanced. Guido was superb working without a script. Good stuff out of the Militia, like always. And about that, had decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. Ken Shamrock defeats Tommy Dreamer in 5:43 by submission with an ankle lock. Shamrock of 46, Dreamer of 48. Most dangerous man story has advanced. Ken Shamrock's getting better at his gimmick, and the announcing quiet lifted the match. 48 segment. Shamrock so far has been a massive disappointment. I was really hoping he was going to be better in ring. Both matches, granted, he hasn't had people that have been great, but he should be at least getting a 50 performance. And also, if you notice, this match is super short. His stamina is trash. I don't know why, but he can't wrestle more than like 6 minutes. So I gotta look into why that is. Because for whatever reason, I can't get him to do more than a 6-minute match. So we might have to see what's going on with that, because we can't go forward with that type of situation. 48 overall segment, so I guess decent stuff. Moves forward on the story arc. Rob Van Dam shows up to the building and says he's here to enter the Battle Royal, but most importantly, he's here to make sure that Berlin does not win the Battle Royal, and that he is going to go after Guido and become the first two-time WCW United States Champion. The Militia storyline has advanced. 67 overall segment from Mr. Rob Van Dam. RVD obviously has not been wrestling a ton since he's dropped the belt, but we're slowly getting him back in the fold here, especially in this Battle Royal tonight. Backstage, we got the Dynasty. Double J is still heated from last week as they got embarrassed, and that he wants BG James to be in a singles match next, and it's Dustin's job to make sure that BG wins the match. If not, there'll be hell to pay. The Dynasty storyline has advanced and gained heat. 64 overall segment. The seeds are starting to get planted very shortly here. And a good match. Mike Awesome defeats BG James in 7:31 by pinfall with an awesome bomb. BG James at 48, Mike Awesome at 83. The Dynasty storyline has advanced. Mike Awesome benefited from a hot new move, and the match got the crowd hotter with a 72 segment. Wow. That's a shocking rating for a match here. Great stuff out of Awesome. Great stuff out of BG. 72 rating was not what I was expecting here, but I will gladly take it. Good job out of both guys. We get a backstage promo from Buff Bagwell and Don Marie saying that the Hurricane embarrassed him at the pay-per-view and that he is going to make his life a living hell, just like the Hurricane tried to do to him. And that next week, Buff Bagwell wants to get his hands in the ring on the Hurricane in a one-on-one match. So that match is made for next week. Buff Bagwell is going to get some revenge on the Hurricane. And the Hurricane, I guess, is going to get revenge on Buff Bagwell from last week's attack. So storyline's still going. I think we're going to probably wrap that up at the Great American Bash, is most likely the plan. But these two guys are both done great stuff. I know this segment doesn't look like it they did, but the storyline has done very well. So, in a decent match, the Militia defeat Zero Cool at 9:48 when Ray Gonzalez pinned Scott Taylor with a Phoenix Landing. Super Crazy at 57, Ray Gonzalez at 58, Scott Taylor at 50, Sean O'Haire at 47. The Militia storyline has advanced but lost heat. Sean O'Haire and Scott Taylor show excellent chemistry, and the announcing quiet lifted the match. 58 overall segment. I know having two tag matches on the same show is kind of a lot, but our tag division is so deep that we have to showcase as much as we can. So good stuff out of both teams here. The Militia get a good Nitro win. Zero Cool is starting to get featured again now that Scott Taylor's not hurt anymore. So I'm very happy with that. And they held their own. I think they did a good job. 58 rating with the tag champs. I would like that to be in the 60s, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. Post-match, the Outsiders music hits. They come out on stage and they announce that, fine, they will tell the Militia when the tag team title rematch is coming, and it's going to happen at the Great American Bash. The Outsiders will get their rematch against the Militia for the WCW tag team titles. Tag title storyline has advanced. The Militia storyline advanced and gained heat, and the Outsiders feud storyline has advanced. 67 overall segment. So our first match officially for the Great American Bash is announced, as the tag team titles will be on the line. Very good good stuff there, and these guys always put on a decent match, so we're looking forward to that situation. Backstage, the Nightbreed, Vampire Warrior, and Vampiro attack Rey Mysterio from behind, as Mitchell is just standing there smiling and laughing over the attack. Abyss is not in this the segment here. I don't know why it shows his picture, but he is not there. As Vampiro and Vampire Warrior are clearly the lackeys here, attacking Rey Mysterio and trying to make him look more weak against a monster for the pay-per-view. 61 overall segment. Mitchell obviously enjoyed the freedom, and the storyline has advanced. Good stuff. In a decent match, Chris Kanyon defeats CM Punk in 8:03 by pinfall with a flatliner. Chris Kanyon at 74, CM Punk at 35. The announcer quietly lifted the match. This is another tryout situation for CM Punk. His performance is still not there, which is really disappointing. I was really hoping to bring him up, but I guess not yet. 63 segment for the match, which is great. Which is kind of weird that this match got a better rating than the tag match, but that is what it is. Kanyon gets a nice win. We find out that Punk's not ready yet, so we'll send him back to developmental. Post-match, we see Sting up in the rafters staring down at Chris Kanyon after his win. Kanyon clearly does not notice, but the camera pans to Sting up in the rafters. 67 overall segment. This is going to be a slow building feud, which I think is going to be a very exciting one. And I'm looking very forward to the match ratings. So 67 rating for this little segment. Brian has advanced. We get a quick little promo from Mike Awesome after his match. He says that he's going to win the U.S. title battle royal tonight to be crowned the #1 contender and face an old foe in the Guido and take his U.S. championship. 68 overall segment, just a quick little thing from Awesome here, just to try to hype up this battle royal. And we'll talk about the battle royal as soon as it happens, but good little stuff here on Mike Awesome, just showcasing some charisma here. 68 rating. Alright, and about that had good heat and decent wrestling. Returning from injury, Lance Storm wins the Battle Royal in 1450. He is the new #1 contender. The other members of the Final Four were Mark Jindrak, Chris Kanyon, and Mike Awesome, with Mark Jindrak being the final elimination. Mike Awesome got the most eliminations. The U.S. title storyline has advanced. The Militia storyline has advanced and gained heat. Buff and the new gimmick has gained heat. Frankie Xavier and Rhino have gained heat. The Dynasty also gained heat. Mike Awesome benefited from having a hot new move, and Jeff Jarrett's getting better at his gimmick. The overall rating was a 76. Now, within this match, Rob Van Dam eliminated himself as well as Berlin as they brawled on the outside. Dustin Rhodes accidentally bumped Jeff Jarrett off of the apron, which eliminated him. And then Mike Awesome and Mark Jindrak. Mike Awesome got eliminated by Mark Jindrak to be the final two with Lance Storm, and then Awesome was on the outside as then Storm super kicked Jindrak over the top rope. So this battle royal has a lot of intertwining feuds and things like that in there, so I just wanted to really go over it as there's a lot of kind of movement in this match. 76 rating though, great stuff. Welcome back, Lance Storm. Definitely glad to have him back in the fold. And at the Great American Bash, Lance Storm will challenge the Guido for the U.S. Championship. Definitely a fresh matchup, so we're looking very forward to that. Both these guys are amazing performance in ring workers, so looking forward to that. 71 on the segment. Storyline has advanced. Guido improvised well. That's overall the show. Let's see what we get for an overall rating for this Nitro. 73. We increased our popularity in 13 regions. Good stuff. We did sign some new TV deals that are coming soon, as well as some pay-per-view deals, which I think will help with this red stuff here. We are leaving USA Network and going to a different network, which I'll announce when it happens. But overall, guys, you guys have been crushing this. Let's shoot for about 10 likes on the video to get the next one next Sunday. And then let's hope that we can build and build and build, so that way when we get to Great American Bash, we can have another great showing, just like we did in our last pay-per-view. Make sure you're commenting on anything that you like about the channel or you like about the shows. I answer every comment as much as possible. We got to get that algorithm up, guys. We're doing a great job with that. Overall, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's coming to the show and showing that support. Make sure you're hitting that like button no matter what. That's easy. Just hit that little thumbs up. No problem there. Other than that, we'll see you guys next week.